So, hello everyone. This is LeadGid International and our live session featuring Viljami. At first, I should introduce myself. My name is Tatiana Sazanova. I'm the new head of International LeadGid. I've been working for LeadGid for 2 months, and I believe that it will be new information for me on this session too. And today we have a special guest, Viljami, Global Partnership Manager of IPF Digital, who provides such offers as Credit24, Creditea, Hapiloans, Sving, Provident. IPF Digital works in 9 countries such as Estonia, Poland, Spain, even Australia. So, Viljami, maybe you can add something about you and your company.
Absolutely, yeah. So, hello everybody. My name is Viljami. It's very traditional Finnish name, and it might be difficult to pronounce, but Tatiana, you got it right. Perfect. So yes, I'm working as a global partnerships manager in IPF Digital, and I'm pretty much consulting all our 9 countries regarding the affiliates and broker collaborations and different kind of mobile wallet collaborations, which is our new product. This goes with brand Creditea as well. So basically, I'm involved in all of our countries more or less, and then we also have our local teams in our markets. I've been working for IPF Digital for 5 years, and all 5 years I've been working with partners. So I've had many good discussions with our affiliate partners, whether it's publishers or networks, and also the new trend that is rising a lot is the broker, so the loan marketplaces, which is obviously one important part. But I think that's outside the affiliates. There are some collaborations also between affiliates and loan comparison. I mean those loan marketplaces, but I think it's outside this discussion today. And about the IPF Digital, so we are a London stock listed consumer finance operator operating in 9 countries. We are in Finland and in Baltics, Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, in Czech Republic, and in Poland, and in Spain, and in Mexico, and also in Australia. Our brands are, we go with Credit24 in Finland and in Baltics and in Australia. And then the Creditea is our main brand in Czech, Spain, and Mexico at the moment. And our new product, which is currently active in Latvia, it's creating a good buzz and good hype in Latvia, is called Creditea as well. It's a Creditea mobile wallet. So that's going to be a new world of financing that we are delivering as well. It's obviously there's the credit, but there's much more for the customers. So there are marketplaces available where customers can find better way to buy their goods, and then there is loyalty programs, so we reward our clients, and it's just simply better way to use the credit. So I think that will be our future as well.
Oh, great. I think we can start an interview, and I can add for our audience that you can add your questions in YouTube comments. We are going to read it in the end of our live session and try to give an answers. So let's go. We have a few questions for you, Viljami, and my first question is, what traffic sources do your publishers use the most?
Okay, so basically, what traffic sources our our publishers use the most? I would say it's about the comparison sites, paid media, SMSs, emails, SEO, just name it. So in our case, their sources are, I think, quite typical ones while comparing us to other financial institutions. However, we are always happy to review new sources and new angles how to do better. So if there's any ideas available, me or our country reps are always happy to discuss about these ideas. And when it comes to the mobile wallet product, the Creditea that I mentioned earlier, so that will obviously enable new ways to acquire customers into this platform. And good thing about Creditea will be that we will have a good commission structure with this product, because credit is still one of the core features in the product. So basically there's a clear revenue component for us, and therefore it makes sense to pay fair commissions to the partners as well.
Okay, do you help your publishers boost their ROI? Do you provide auto approval of the first lead or any other bonuses to support publishers' loyalty, or is performance a publisher's responsibility only?
Okay, so yeah, we have done different tests to boost the ROI. So in publisher point of view, by having discussions with our partners and just simply executing the best practices. I'm always saying that we want to have this dialogue with our partners, no matter if it's publishers or networks, but all the partners, we want to have dialogue. And and there has been some commission boosts that we have been doing, and we have had some click guarantee campaigns and other temporary campaigns mostly. And but I would say that this is definitely something that we want to execute even more. So let's have more dialogue together with the networks and partners.
Okay, I agree with you. It always should be a dialogue with advertisers and publishers, because sometimes if they can change everything, the tests of publishers can end on the first try.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why it's highly important. And I know that in some cases, when we talk about the networks and publishers, there are some restrictions to communicate directly with the advertiser, like the direct communication between the advertiser and the publisher might be restricted. But I really value, and we value, the transparency. We are really transparent, and we want our partnerships be transparent. Definitely.
That's good.
Yeah.
How do you remedy the situation when the EPC falls and publishers stop driving traffic to your microfinance organization?
Yes, so that's something that we have been discussing many times. So so far we have been quite in a quite good situation, because we are quite stable advertiser, and we at least we think of ourselves that we are a stable advertiser. This is mainly because we are very good with handling the risk and the business in general. So because there's we have over 140 years history with credit products, which enables really good level of sustainability. So we have been here for long, and we will be here for long as well. So, and just as I'm saying about the sustainability, I remember the COVID. So there are situations every now and then when we need to tighten our scorings, and these can have some effect on the EPC, and it might also appear as a not nice situation for the publisher. But this is more about controlling the sustainability so that we can loosen up with scorings again when it's possible. So I would always hope that in these situations as well would be open communication done between us and the partners.
Yeah, great. Because sometimes advertisers can say that the EPC is a publisher's problem, that if EPC falls, there is a publisher's problem.
Not necessarily. I think there are also situations that might be that publishers might say that this is advertisers' problem. But when we are doing business together, it's like what we are creating is a win-win. And in this case, when there's a networks as well, it's a win-win-win, and also the consumer should win in these cases. So it's not like I never want to say that this is someone's problem. It's if there's a problem, it's our both problems. It's a problem for both of us. So then we just need to manage this. Yeah.
Yeah, great. I agree with you totally. So I have the next question. How differ publishers' traffic sources depending on geo? Do they generally differ
Mm,
based on
well,
country?
yeah, not much. So in our case, traffic sources are pretty similar in our countries. Of course, of course, there are smaller differences in the countries, but mainly the trends are quite similar. And yeah, I would say.
Okay. Are there any special differences in approach to working with publishers depending on the market?
Yes, there are some. There are some structural differences in the countries. So one country might have a different structure than other country, and there are some specific campaigns, obviously based on the area, due to different holiday seasons and different timings and peak seasons. But the general approach, where we respect our partners who deliver the big portion of new sales, actually, so affiliates are delivering us quite significant portion of the new sales, and that is the same in all countries. So yeah. So I would like. I would also highly support to approach our country teams and discuss openly about the strengths and weaknesses in our cooperation and in these countries. So again, I think I'm saying it already like third or fourth time, but the open dialogue and open communication is highly important to understand what's happening behind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, in your opinion, do publishers prefer to work with revenue share or CPA model?
That's a good question. That's a really good question. And we have been discussing a lot about this matter. So which would be the best option for? If there is any publishers listening, feel free to comment. There's the chat section, so please comment. It would be really good to hear about your opinion as well. How would I answer? I think my experience is that publishers are very open to different CPA, different models of commission structure. So we mostly have CPA models, which are like that's CPA models mostly, but I know that we have different commission structures as well, and. So when we talk about rev share or CPA, I would really like to hear what's people's opinion on this. Which one is better? Because we want to be flexible as well. We want to create the partnership program that satisfies our partners, and our partners are able to create value with us.
I think typically publishers prefer the CPA model in terms of getting paid.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, because there's been always also some kind of discussion around. I know I've had many discussions around this kind of like long-term commission. I don't know how to say it, but kind of like the commission model where the first when the customer comes in, we would pay, or the financial institution would pay certain commission in the first place, then the full commission would be based on the lifetime. So basically there would be like there would be like kickbacks all the time, and with those kickbacks the publisher would be able to earn even more than the traditional CPA model is. Because in our case, when we get the customer, there are so many factors affecting on the profitability. So how long the customer remains in our portfolio, how long they remain to be our paying customers, what is their risk profile, how many percent of these customers actually pay back their loan and how many don't, and there are many factors. So I think that way it would be really that would be really interesting to test this kind of like a lifetime commission model. I don't know if you have any thoughts on this. Feel free to comment.
Um, I don't know. I think publishers want to get their money now at this
Yeah,
point, and that's why they prefer CPA model. Or maybe they doesn't want to take risk for the size or approval of the loan.
yeah, I understand. And also I know that there's the other side as well, because the publishers don't have, and affiliate partners don't have visibility on our customer bases at the moment. So basically they cannot, like their actions cannot change the customer behavior at the moment radically. So basically then we would be paying based on something that happens on our side. And that's yeah. But then again, when I'm thinking about new ideas and new thoughts on how to create value for different stakeholders, I'm always thinking about the partners. I'm always thinking about the customer, because I think that's the only reasonable way to win. And and for example, the Corona situation, the COVID situation that we had, quite many financial operators were pretty much forced to tighten their credit scorings, either tighten them to be really, like to take really small amount of customers in, or not even any. And in this kind of situation, if there would have been some kind of lifetime commission, the publishers would have been receiving money all the time throughout the year, because there would be existing customer base behind. So that's the reason why I've been thinking about this lifetime commission model.
Yeah, great. Maybe some publishers will get this model and will think about it.
Yeah, and I'm always open to discuss about this. So if any like new ideas start pumping out your head, just feel free to find me on LinkedIn and let's discuss more.
Okay. So, Viljami, do you cooperate with publishers directly or through affiliate networks only?
Yeah, so we operate with both models. So we have some direct collaborations with publishers, and we have network collaborations. So it's like we don't want to operate with, at the moment our model, our structure doesn't support us to operate with each publisher directly. That's because we don't basically have the structure for that. But yeah, we have both. Mostly I would say that we are operating through networks.
Okay. Um, Please name top three traffic sources for financial offers in 2020 and 2021.
Okay, so basically I wouldn't want to focus on 2020 because we had the COVID, and that was harming quite a lot financial businesses. And it also reflected, I think it reflected to affiliates also around the world. So I would say it's still good to rely on the existing practices when it comes to traffic sources. Uh, what I can see is that mobile traffic is obviously increasing all the time, so that's definitely something to follow. And yeah, so mobile, like global mobile data, will traffic will grow 2 times faster than the global fixed IP traffic from 2016 to 2021. So that's definitely some trend to follow.
Okay. Do you have in-house media buying, and how do you deal with insufficient traffic from affiliate programs?
Yes, we do. So do you have in-house media buying? Yes, we do. So programmatic media buying is mostly happening through our DV's 360 accounts, and we negotiate different deals with various partners ourselves or through our agencies. So, and why do we prefer the in-house media buying is related to cost saving and transparency. So agencies often put their fees on top of the media budget, then the direct connections to the global and local inventory and data analytics. So basically we can see everything. Then the data ownership is one thing. So all data belongs to us. And yeah, then there was regarding the insufficient traffic. So we always try to keep a very balanced marketing channel mix in all our markets. When we don't get enough traffic from, for example, affiliates, we try to compensate it by other channels: paid search, display, video, social media, email marketing, etc. And multiple marketing channels are under direct control and by the digital marketing hub team that I'm actually also part of. So it's easy to adjust the marketing activities to different situations.
Mm-hmm. Does it help that you have your media buying in your company to help to understand publishers and to get rates for publishers and conversions?
I think yes, there might be some help also from that, but mostly it's something that we do like a hands-on work. So yeah.
Okay. Why do most offers only provide publishers with one banner with resized versions when introducing an offer? Such a small arsenal might get sick and tired fast. What makes microfinance and banking organizations equip media buyers with scarce resources?
Yeah, that's a good question. That's really a good question, and I would say that I and we cannot relate on that because when we launch new campaigns, we create the banners and and the materials for the whole campaign. So when we start running, let's say that we launch a new product related campaign which is supposed to increase the conversion, for example, we create the banners and materials, and we have wide set of banners sizes and different qualities and different messages, and we share them all to our partners, to our affiliate partners, to media partners, etc. So I think that in our case we do always create bigger sets of banners with good quality, but I think for if something like this happens, I think it's more related than the resources or than the like how much do they want to put effort on different actions. And in our case, as I said, we for us affiliates have been playing a big role always. So always when we have been doing digital business, the affiliates have been in very important role for us. So we want to treat our partners well.
So if publishers want more banners, they should ask
Def-
advertisers.
definitely, yes. And our local teams are always ready to help if there's any contacts or connections needed. I can be approached as well, so feel free to approach.
Okay. Speaking of banners, I want to make one thing clear. Do you test them before giving them to publishers? I think it would be great if the publishers was aware of specific banner CTR. Most publishers have broker, highly performing websites. Given CTR, they could place several banners and display them alternately.
In some cases, yes, we test them before sharing them, but usually we want all our media and all our visibility to be equal to each other. So basically, when we create banners or material, we do some tests, obviously, but then when we launch them, we launch them big. So we launch them in media and in affiliates and yeah. So I think if this is something that would create value, and if this is something that what's your opinion on this? Would publishers value if we would test the banners, and when we send them out, when we share them, there would be kind of like exact conversion rates available? Or
I think it depends on publisher. If they use banners and they have websites where they can place it. Maybe it would be great to know the CTR of banners.
Mm-hmm.
So, and do you test the website conversion performance before adding it to the affiliate program? If you do, how much time do such tests usually take?
We do test. I think I would say each website that joins our program, we test and we kind of review the website somehow. I think it doesn't take too much time, but it depends on the country and it depends on the structure again. So in some cases we go and see the sites by ourselves, we review them and accept, and then in some cases our network is doing the performance tests. So it depends, but regarding how much time such tests usually take, it doesn't take much time, but I don't know, I cannot name any certain minutes or that kind of times, yeah, for how long it takes.
Okay. Viljami, tell your most remarkable story related to traffic or a publisher happened to you during cooperation with this company.
This is tricky. Let me think about it. I would like to come up with some funny stories and some all the cool things, but I think I stick to this one new innovation or case that we brought a few years ago. It started from Finland actually. So we some years ago, so we created a new technology that enables any website, including affiliates, basically any website, to add our white label loan application basically in 1 hour time. So it's really easy to add this white label loan application to any website. And we started this journey by creating a new brand in 2 weeks, including the visuals, the website, the banners, the processes, everything. And then I started a countdown 1 month before we launched the case. And after the launch, our new customer acquisition literally ramped up, and it became a long-term solution for us to use. And now this is actually available in many of our countries. So if there's like right conditions available with wide potential for traffic, it is actually possible to run your own white label brand, loan brand with us. The loan application obviously is always ours, but the brand will be then the publisher's brand, and they can decide what to do with it. Yeah, so I think there was many big publishers in Finland who liked this idea, and there was few that made it really successful. And because it's different, like if there's a comparison sites, for example, there is multiple brands available, but then there's chance to have your own brand, which is always nice.
Well, great. And I have one more question about publishers and traffic. Why, when adding an offer to the affiliate program, your company doesn't provide the publishers with the original personal data processing consent-related documents? It would be easier for foreign publishers to start to work having all the necessary details at hand when establishing a traffic flow in the affiliate network. Moreover, you know legal nuances of a specific country better than publishers.
Yeah, so when adding an offer to the affiliate program, your company does not provide the publishers with the original personal data processing consent related documents. So basically yes. I think that's something that we might want to learn something from. This is like the first time such a topic raises, but I don't know if this is specific for us, or do you mean more like in a general?
It's more in general.
In general, okay. I don't know. I have to be honest with you. I don't know answer to that, and I will need to work on that. I will definitely need to work on that. Yeah. If
Okay,
that's,
great.
but is it something that has been raised by publishers many times, or is this topic being raised by publishers?
It's raised mostly from publishers.
Publishers. Okay, good. Yeah, I need to work on that. I need to understand this. Yeah, better. Let's come back to this.
Maybe
one.
we should start working on that together.
Definitely. Yeah. Definitely. Yeah, we have had quite long cooperation with LeadGid already in some countries, and now we are expanding in expanding even more. Yeah.
Yeah, great. So you operate in 9 geos, 9 countries. Where is your microfinance company the most developed?
There are many differences in our countries regarding being developed, but I would say when it comes to partnerships, maybe Spain and Latvia are quite developed. So there we have the newest technologies available, and they are highly innovative, testing new things constantly. And obviously Finland, but in Finland, due to the newest regulations, I don't know if people have heard about that, but the interest rates have been capped to 10%. So we have been minimizing the new lending in Finland. But overall, we are very spot on in all of our countries regarding technology and different approaches. And we are like, our DNA is to try and learn, to test new things, find new ways to do things, disturb. And we have very automated processes in all our countries. There's still lots to do, but we are in a good track at the moment.
Okay, you've been started Australia about 1 or 2 months ago. Why Australia?
Yeah, so Australia has been actually active for a long time. So it has been it has been active for a long time in our, like, we have had business in Australia for a long time, but now during past few months, Australia has been growing a lot. So that's kind of like a rock star at the moment. So yeah, I think I don't know why. I think we would need to go back some years, I think 10 years or even more, go back and discuss about the topic that why Australia. But I think there was simply a business potential available then when we wanted to launch business there.
Okay. What countries do you consider promising in the next year?
Well, generally speaking, about affiliates, I think the biggest trends are like the growing and the biggest potential is obviously in USA, countries like USA, UK, Japan, Germany, Australia, etc. But if we purely look at our countries, I would definitely consider jumping into Australia, to Mexico, and to Spain, and also Latvia regarding regarding the new mobile wallet product that we are about to launch in Latvia. So that's definitely something to look forward.
Okay. What are the differences between microfinance organizations in different regions? Why don't you get them all under the same brand?
That's a good question. That's really good question, and we have been also talking about that. We have had some internal talks about that topic a lot, and I think the main reason for us to have different brands for different regions is related to the past launch in Latin countries, Spain and Mexico. So we wanted to build kind of brands that are, we always want to build brands that are close to the people, close to the customers, and close to the culture. And also we are moving to this Creditea direction more and more, while, for example, see Credit24 as a brand has very wide reach in the countries where we operate with Credit24. And that's one of the top financial brands in our countries. So there are many differences in the regulation, in the setup, in the innovation structures, just name it. So when it comes to countries, they are pretty different. and there's also difference in the people's behavior, which affects on the calculation and yeah.
Okay. Are there any ethnic differences between microfinance organizations' target audience in different geos? If there are, do you provide any general information on the target audience in specific region? For example, in Latvia, it's advisable to target men older 40 years or women older than 35 years, target social status is, target education is, and etc.
Yes, so of course there are differences between countries, but I would say that nothing significant to mention in our case. So our case customers are like generally they are if we look at the age, something between 25 to 45 to 50 years old. So we are not talking about the like the 18, 19, 20 years old people, and we are talking about both genders with varying education levels, etc., etc. Yeah. So yeah,
Okay. Could you share some practical tips on approaches to use in specific regions?
This is a tricky one as well. So uh, I think when it comes to practical tips, I would again support to have a discussion with our local teams around the world to understand the best practices and approaches in these specific countries. In general, there are some marketing related restrictions, for example, in some countries like Estonia and Finland at the moment. And these always need to be taken into account when we think about the approaches. And also, for example, in Australia, it's pretty strict not to send, for example, too much SMSs to people. They are very sensitive when it comes to consents and stuff like that. In Mexico, I think the important thing would be to understand who are the qualified customers consumers to be eligible for the loan. So there's so many people, and it's sometimes difficult to find the sweet spots in the targeting. So as in Mexico case, if there's a way to attract good quality customers, that's definitely a big win.
Okay, thank you. I think this information could help us and our publishers.
Yeah.
From the countries where you are currently operating or plan to work, which impose the most severe restrictions on microfinance ads?
I think at the moment we could speak about Finland. That's like Finland is highly regulated at the moment. There is the interest rate caps, and then there's the marketing caps, and those are temporary, obviously at the moment. But I think I have just this hunch that they might be thinking about these restrictions to continue also after the temporary time. But I don't have a crystal ball, so but answer is Finland, definitely.
Okay. Is there a market you will never go to, and why? Don't mention countries like Vietnam and others where microfinance is already prohibited. Let's speak of the nations and regions where microfinance is possible, but you don't want to go there.
Yeah, I think I don't want to name any specific countries that we wouldn't want to go, but I think the other Nordics are still something that we haven't planned to move there at the moment. And again, this is not. It doesn't mean that we would never go to Nordics, but at the moment, it's like this. The microfinancing is still, I think, possible in many countries, and I believe there's no clear reason to regulate this kind of subprime segment too much, because too much regulation, it simply kills the innovation, and it also creates more unstable balance between the people to have access to credit. That's what we have seen in some countries that I won't name already.
If the microfans vertical is poorly developed in a specific region, does it mean competition will be milder there and publishers could make great use of them?
I would say, yeah, I would say that there is an opportunity, but obviously it's better to check if the local marketing restrictions and the advertiser readiness is good for affiliate business. So basically there might be some restrictions, for example, that doesn't create the good environment for affiliate marketing, and then that would not be the best choice. But as always, it's if we speak about the undeveloped, poorly developed countries, in these cases, someone always need to show the direction, and when you show the direction, you can win big.
Yes, I agree with you.
Yeah.
It would be great if you get the direction for publishers and they know how to get traffic there.
Yeah.
So, Viljami, we have a few questions about your company and your work in the company. How often do you launch new offers? What is the average lifetime of a microfinance company before it needs rebranding or it doesn't need rebranding?
Yes. So when it comes to campaigns, so if we only speak about the campaigns, we create campaigns all the time. But regarding the brand lifetime, we don't want to think this way. Kind of, we are sustainable, and our brands are definitely built to be long-term products, not a quick win. So because our core values are about being respectful, being responsible, and being straightforward. And we actually have these values in our mind in everyday business, and we execute them. I know that there are some operators in our countries as well who are looking for quick wins and who are willing to do anything for that outcome, but that's not us. And yeah. So when it comes to new offers or new products or new brands, we have the brands that we have and we stick with them. When it comes to campaigns or like offers, we will have quite significant campaign in Baltics area in the beginning of 2021. So if there are any publishers who drive traffic in the Baltics, now it's time to stay tuned. I can't share too much details, but it will be, I guess, one of the best conversion boosters for a long time. So stay tuned.
Okay, great. Waiting for it.
Yeah.
What is currently more profitable in promotion microfinance organizations? Pay it per loan granted or per approved application?
This depends a lot. It depends a lot. So we have seen both scenarios. In some cases, even CPC might be the most profitable for publisher, as we know. But we have basically we are operating with all of these models. We have some active CPA, CPC, CPS, whatever models active, but we are going more towards CPA model, which means the payout per loan granted.
Is it depends on country?
It depends on the country and on the publisher and on the kind of like negotiation power behind. So there are some publishers, if we talk about the media houses, for example, they can just name that we will only operate with CPC and that's it. And yeah, so it depends.
Please tell about your sales funnel. Assume a customer leaves a request and gets a short loan. Do you anyhow nourish the leads with the declined request, or the other hand, do you do follow-ups for clients with approved requests?
So for the follow-up, like do we do we somehow nourish after the leads with the decline request? Answer is definitely no. So I think this would be pretty much an unfair practice towards our partners, and this type of activity is restricted in our values as well. So kind of, I rather think about how can I deliver more commission to our partners. It's more like how can I deliver more money to our partners, because by doing that, I believe we have more fruitful cooperation and partners are more willing to collaborate with us in the long term. But when we talk about our sales funnel, it's something that we have, like what we are quite good at. So we have automatized our sales funnel. So basically, there's in some countries there is manual work needed, but mostly it's really automatic. So the kind of time to conversion is low, minimal, and there is no much like possible drop of fields, not as much as there are sometimes.
So Viljami, I like your policy about your work with publishers.
Yeah, that's it's. I think it's the only way. It should be like a no-brainer for everybody because it's not sustainable. Like you can always cheat people and have quick wins by doing that, but it's not sustainable. It doesn't last for long. So we rather think that we have publishers who have been collaborating with us since, I don't know, something like 2004, 2000, well, long time. And those publishers are still with us because we treat them well, they treat us well. It's just, it's collaboration.
Yeah, great. So please describe a typical person of a microfinance company's customer for any of your geos.
Typical person of microfinance company's customer. Yeah. So I think like what people think that the typical persona or customer would be for us. It might be because we in some countries we have little bit of this fast growing image still. So people might think that they are young people who are in a desperate need of money. They are going to bar and stuff like that. But that's not our typical customer. Actually, when we look at purely our data, we see that our customers are just normal people with family. They need to fix their car, for example, and they need the money relatively fast, and their home bank cannot help them. So then we come to the picture. Or some, I don't know, family wants to book a holiday, and they just take our loan, book the holiday, and pay the loan back throughout the year. And like just normal people from 25 to 45 years old, men and women, 50-50, pretty much. And the areas, the regions where they are located are just the capital cities have more than the next big city, and just yeah. So nothing special.
Okay, and for different countries, nothing special, or it's differences between, for example, Mexico and I don't know, Poland.
It's pretty similar. It's actually pretty similar in our countries because our products are pretty similar and they are built to support just normal people. Yeah.
Okay. What publishers prefer to drive traffic to?
What publishers prefer to drive that traffic to? So can you elaborate a bit?
Is it depends or EPC only, or from countries, or from auditory, or brand? What publishers prefer? to give traffic? What offers?
Yeah. So I think that's a hard question, but I would say that for example, many of the media houses like service providers prefer always, like if we talk about these different like structures, commission structures, or did you mean like CPC, CPA, or
Commission structure, or I don't know, brand,
brand?
or country, or just they watch on EPC and CTR, and that's the main thing for driving traffic?
Yeah, so I think what I've heard and what I've discussed, what is the main factor, what is the main kind of KPI is the EPC, so earn per click. So in the end, even though we would have different CPL, CPA, CPC, CP, this and that models, but the end like outcome is always the EPC, how much is being earned by one click. So I think that's the easiest way to track the performance. And and what I have seen is that we've had this long-term collaboration. We like to, what we want to do constantly is to have the communications with our publishers. So constantly every week, monthly, have calls, just 15-minute catch up to go through how was the previous month and how it will be the next month. And we try to welcome our new publishers to join kind of our family, as we talk about IPFD family always. So we want to welcome our partners to join this. Regarding brands, I think what I have understood what would be the optimal like brand or service to deliver traffic to, with good commission structure and good conversion rate, and I think easy kind of shopping basket setup. And that's why I want to highlight our automatization, because then if an affiliate delivers new customer to our website and we start asking for documents, we start taking time that, hey, your customer, we will come back to you within 3 weeks, and that's always a drop off. So I think that's highly important when we look at the financial businesses, the speed, kind of like the speed to money.
Okay, and I have a last question.
Yeah.
Are there any season factors in launching traffic to your offers, or it's not?
Yes, definitely. So I think Christmas season, which is ongoing at the moment, this is obviously one of the biggest ones. So that's now it's right time to drive traffic, definitely. And then, as I mentioned earlier, in January or February, I hope in January, we will launch a big campaign in Baltics. So I think Credit24 in Baltics will be a big thing. So we will release some more information about that a little bit later. But generally, I think the Christmas is one. Always the local, like in every country, there are the local kind of national holidays, and then we try to do our best to prepare the campaigns in mass media and in digital media, just to boost, support the affiliate, the publisher as well. But I think the next one, the ongoing one, is the Christmas season, but the next one will be January, especially for the Baltics.
Okay, let's see.
Yeah.
Viljami, we have a few. We have a few questions from YouTube in comments. So how has the coronavirus affected your company? How do you see the development of the country in next year?
How has the coronavirus affected your company, and how do we see the development of the company in 2021? So yes, we as I think most of the financial consumer lending operators faced some issues during the COVID time, because it became simply more risky to lend money out. So then we also, as a sustainable and responsible operator, we had to control this risk more. But then we already launched, like we had this switch. So we were mostly switched off, and then we switched the next level, which is growth mode. Growth mode. So we switched to growth mode already some months ago, and now we have really high growth targets, and we are actually meeting our targets at the moment. So I think 2021 will be a big year for us. So we will have even bigger growth targets that we thought so. So kind of 2021 will be the year when we return back to normal, and then 2022 and forward we keep on growing.
Okay, I hope it will be so, because
Yeah,
sometimes the people tell that new wave of corona will be harder next year.
yeah, that's under discussion, and since there is a vaccines coming soon, and and those will definitely help. But now, on the other hand, they are talking in UK that there's a new kind of strain of coronavirus spreading, which and therefore I'm not sure if the vaccine is gonna help with this new strain. But I just don't want to kind of admit that we would need to face some kind of new normal or something, as they are speaking about. I believe that we will get back to normal. It's just a matter of time.
Hope so.
Yeah.
So we have the next question. Is it profitable to improve microfinance organization in IPO? How it was with your Polish company?
IPO, I think that's initial public offering. I think states for that. So I have to admit that I think I'm not the right person to answer that question, because I'm not yet very familiar with this Polish case that is being reflected here. So I would maybe let someone else to answer that. If that's a relevant question, I think that's a good question. So if you want an answer to that, I can definitely kind of find you an answer. But who? So who you who asked this question, please feel free to send me out this question, and I will find you an answer for that.
Okay, maybe when you will find the answer, you can send that it us, and
Yeah,
you can add it in the comments.
Yeah, because that's maybe more something that I on my role cannot state too much on. So I think it's better if someone who is responsible of this area will answer the question.
Anyway, thank you very much. Which market would you recommend for beginner publisher?
At the moment, I would recommend for the beginner publisher the country that is closest to you. So wherever you are located, the culture that you are familiar with, you have been born with, I think that would be the best market to start, definitely. If we purely want to look at the money and the potential and these kind of factors, I think like going to USA, going to UK, going to Australia, big countries, Japan, it's like, those countries who with like, I think in those countries they have better commission structures and so on. But I would definitely start, if I would be starting an affiliate business, which I have been thinking about for long, but I never did it because I think it's extremely challenging, to be honest. So I would start from Finland, even though Finland is really down at the moment, but I will still start from Finland because I know Finns, I know how they behave, I know what they need, I know what kind of financial products are available, I know which financial products are the best, and so on. But then obviously jumping jumping the next country and the next country, that's all about growth.
Okay, I agree with you totally. And we have a next question. You said you use SMS as traffic source. Do you accept direct SMS newsletters from publishers?
That depends. That depends. So in some countries we do, and with some publishers we do, but in some cases we don't. So there's many different scenarios. So for example, if we are in Australia, as I said earlier, in Australia it's like just sending out SMSs to people, even though there would be their permission, like a consent for that. But it's in Australia it's not that easy to do such practices. But it depends. It really depends a lot. And sometimes we do, if again, like if this relates to some good idea that might be relating to any of our countries, we are always willing to discuss. So no matter if it's about SMSs or emails or I don't know, social media, advertising, anything, just name it. So we are happy to discuss.
So Viljami, I think we do not have questions anymore. Thank you very much for conversation and for sharing information about international offers and traffic. It was very informatively and interesting. So thank you. Maybe you can say something for our publishers, for our auditory.
Yeah, absolutely. So thank you. And if there are publishers who have been driving traffic for us and collaborating with us, please feel free to approach me as well. Add me on LinkedIn. Let's discuss. Let's have a call, because I think that's the only way to do things better. To find new ways to find new ways to acquire customers and improve all the time. Because how we see it is that everybody needs to win in this game. So we need to remain profitable. We need to get good quality customers in and with reasonable price. And then the parts, just we want to pay as much as we simply can pay. And then the network obviously as well in between, taking care of so many things. So taking care of the publisher relations, taking care of the issues between the publisher and the advertiser, etc. So they also need to earn their commission. So I'm really happy that if I was able to give some ideas or thoughts to anyone or answer some questions that has been open. And if any more questions appear, just feel free to contact me directly as well.
So Viljami.
And thanks to LeadGid about this opportunity.
And thank you that you agreed, and I was glad to have this conversation with you.
Likewise.
So I think we finished. Goodbye.
Yes. All right. Enjoy the rest of the year and have a nice Christmas and try to relax a bit.
Have a nice Christmas, you too. So